Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we are live. Today, we're going to be talking about Facebook, specifically Facebook pages and why you want to have one. We are so excited to have you be part of this broadcast. Before we get to the live portion of this, I'm going to be giving you a training. As you can hear, we have construction going on here in the office. So I'm going to be playing a training from my Facebook Relevance course. Links are below in the description if you'd like more information about that. This is part of intentional mentoring, and these are called the ABCs of marketing: audience, bridge, and conversions. So I hope you enjoy this, and we will be showing you exactly how to set up pages. So stick around to the very end. And if you have a Facebook page, please put that in the chat below. Welcome, everyone. Victor Grant here with the ABCs of marketing: audience, bridge, conversion. Audience is A. You have to find a need. You need to earn their attention. You want to create a post like this one right here. Learning network marketing is like learning to play golf. Something that's different, something that's unique, something that's entertaining. And then you're going to get the result by having lots of people connect with it. Audience insights is what I'm going to be talking about tonight, mostly with the realm of audiences, because once you actually have people visiting your page, it will tell you who is sticking. Now, we talk a lot about avatars and about target marketing and about reaching your avatar. But what if all of that really didn't matter? What if all of that was just smoke and mirrors and a mental game that you play to try to frame your content in a certain way that you're going to reach a certain audience? What Facebook has done has turned the game on its side. Yes, you can still reach your target market. However, you may be overlooking a market that actually is much bigger and much more affordable and will allow you to scale by simply studying the insights. And audience insights is what we use for that. You can access that by going into your business manager and going and clicking on the little hamburger and go click into audience insights. So what we can see here, Peter, you and our channel together is called Pro Marketing. 25 to 34 is 87% of our audience. And as you can see, the rest of it's like right over here. Okay. We have a very small audience that retains. Now, we might be running ads to these people, but they're not sticking. And so it doesn't really matter. Peter, what you and I need to do is start creating content for this particular audience. Peter, what do you think about that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we were going for a different audience with the golf, but I think it resonated with this group anyway. As far as that's concerned, as far as the demographic, on the topic of golf.
So speaking of demographics, take a look at this one. This is actual data from our account that I looked at today. 62% are single and 22% are married. 11% are in a relationship and 4% are engaged. Now, this is what really shocked me was educational level. Marketers always tell you, oh, talk to them like they're in high school. Well, I got news for you. Our audience is not in high school. Our audience is actually, all of Facebook itself is 66% college level. 2/3 of all of Facebook is college. And if you're actually marketing, and this is a huge takeaway that I think marketers do not get. Gmail users and email users might work if you write to them like they're in high school. But if you want to attract the people on Facebook, you need to treat them like adults and you need to treat them like they're smart, because they're a much smarter audience than you give them credit to be. And that goes to all the marketers out there. And this is a huge insight I had by looking inside of our account. 71% of our audience, Peter, is college educated. And we have, I think it's like 17% went to grad school. And that's a 204% higher average than what most of Facebook has. So Peter, what you and I should be doing is a PhD program, not this other stuff. We don't need to be like those other guys that are trying to sell books for $7. we need to be doing the PhD program. Peter, back to you while I go to the next slide.
Yeah, I mean, this stuff is so interesting where you can actually dial into, and you think you're marketing to one group, but really you're looking at the data, and the data is screaming in another direction. So from this, as you continue to try different advertising, different headlines, different organic copy that you're doing, and as you're boosting them and sending them out, this data is going to become truer and truer because you're dealing on a larger mass of people. Then you can really dial into that specific segment of the market. Then your marketing is going to be that much more effective because you're not trying to, hit the wrong demographic that your audience isn't. So as you start to do this, and these numbers become, I said truer and truer, but I get that's really what it is. You get to see the numbers, and if you know how to look at it and be able to see these different things, then you can tailor your headlines. So if you go to different websites, find out what kind of what subjects are hot, what headlines would be hot, then you can start to be able to choreograph, I guess is a great way to describe it, your headlines and the way you're typing out your posts. So this way you're going to get a lot better engagement long term.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Peter. Employment. I'm going to move my mouse here. I don't know if you can see it, but look at this bar. This is our audience, and this is the norm. So the little gray box right there is the norm, and our audience is the long blue bar. A number of our customers and the people who we talk to have an interest in management, a very large interest in management. The two largest interests are sales and management, business and finance. All of these are, this is their employment, this is their interest, this is where they're at. And so we want to tailor our content to this audience. This is what's so important about flipping target marketing upside down. Instead of target marketing, why don't you target your content according to your audience, rather than trying to create an audience for your product? That's kind of like a deep thought. Just ponder that for a moment. Now, this is interesting as well. I know a lot of people love their iPhones, but in reality, 8% of the people on our audience are on an iPhone. 83% are on Android. So there's no reason that we need to kowtow to iPhone users. We could just exclude them. You see that?
Yeah.
Mobile only, 76%, desktop 22%, desktop only 2%. So mobile and desktop, and this is actually what my whole FB Relevance course is all about, is you want to do these 3 steps, okay? When we first start a campaign, we target mobile only. Then we target mobile and desktop together. And then finally, when we're asking for the sale, especially a big ticket sale, we pay Facebook top dollar, but we want to reach that same person, but when they're sitting at their desk. And so there's 3 campaigns right here that you run, and they're distinct campaigns. Let's talk about the bridge. The bridge is the B. What do you think about this bridge? How do we bridge? Now that we know these audiences, how do we bridge them into buying from us?
Well, I was saying before is, it's the space between the spaces, and you have to bridge the space, right? That's what bridges are. Bridges are kind of getting you from one landmass to another landmass, and that space is kind of the movement of the energy in between everything that's happening. So you're trying to bridge the information, what you want to be able to promote, and say in Nick's case, he's promoting a physical product. You're trying to match those together with the right people, so that this way you're going to have a much higher propensity of people to actually buy that product. So you use the data to be able to do that. And with your Facebook relevance and the different things that you're having here tonight that you're showing us, I think you'll be able to do that much more readily if you're using a physical product. Or me, I do coaching and mentoring and also digital education. So those are my wheelhouse, and everybody's different, but you can always promote something out there and be able to make money. Once you understand this stuff and you understand the advertising medium and how to connect with people, you can almost write your own paycheck. You become free. It's a great thing to be able to know, because you can almost promote anything you want and make money. Yeah,
and we've been working on this product together called the Facebook Domination Secrets. And that's like an entry level. It's actually really advanced stuff, but we kind of are doing it like a very low price product. But people are getting great results from it. And I think a lot of it is it's because we're approaching the Facebook the way that Facebook wants to be approached. Dr. Nick, I can see you're there in the studio. You want to say a few words about that before I go move out of the bridge?
Well, I think for everyone out there, we have to get our video message ideally, and I'm using Need Zippy that you introduced me to, but use that video message possibly and ideally with someone who really has used your product or believes in your product, as I have with your work, Victor, and you've used my supplement products and my anti-aging detoxification holistic. You've been to my center, you've gone through full detoxification. So, each person you want as a guest really has to be that enthusiastic supporter. So then when the new viewers come on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they get that energy, they get that consistency and the feeling that these people are congruent with their message and they're excited about it. And from that, they get our enthusiasm. And enthusiasm and passion and emotion is what sells products, doesn't it? I mean, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Yes. So get enthusiastic, about your marketing, and you'll sell more products. I think the best thing is for me to be excited about your product and you to be excited about my product. And I'm excited about Peter's product. So, it's like we can actually be excited about each other's success. And I think Facebook is really a great vehicle for that.
Facebook's fantastic. And obviously there's people, they're kind of scrolling through and looking for interesting things. And when they see something exciting or interesting, of course, my new book, Mastering Love, Sex, and Intimacy, I have videos about that. And I've been looking at Jay Shetty's stuff and how he does these emotional appeals. And I really think that we're on to something big right now. We can finally now get across to people this emotion of love. That's probably the most important emotion on the planet. And it's so great that, finally I wrote a book that John Gray has endorsed. I'm excited about it, 36 years in the research, and now I'm putting it out there on an online course. So, for me to get that past that 1 million views on YouTube and then share that in Facebook, because, Facebook and YouTube, they don't quite get along. So you got to kind of change the format, right?
Yeah.
Facebook, Victor. But it's so important because, everyone wants love, wealth, and health. Those three things are probably the most important thing on the planet. When you have love, wealth, and health, what else is there? I mean, there's a few things, spirituality and so forth, I get it, but they're all connected directly or indirectly. Don't you think, Victor?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm enthusiastic beyond belief to be on your show and to share with you guys. But, I think the main thing is to kind of have each person find their calling and then just really get supportive, bring in your best fans and create that energy and excitement. And then people will start to follow. It's all about a fan base too, right? Getting that brand and that following. Isn't that important?
Yes, definitely. It's all about that. It's about building those fans, but we're actually going to be bridging them through. So let me get back to the presentation. Mark, did you want to say anything real quick?
Just real quick, like the content, obviously, you look at the numbers that you posted there. It's like, okay, well, you can see that you drive in a direction of what they want. I mean, they want sales and management and things that can tie to that, but make it interesting. Because, like I think the younger kids, they have an attention span that's very quick. And if you don't grab that hook right away, you could lose them to something else. And then also, that idea of what will stick, because the numbers don't lie for what you created. So you already know. So all you have to do now is just create what will stick. And then once you do that, then you can scale it up. So.
Excellent. Yeah, definitely. We're going to continue with the presentation here. So take notes. We're going to be talking about bridges, building bridges. In order to bring your audience closer toward purchasing your products, you need to use a bridge. And I thought this image right here of a sunset over New York City with the Brooklyn Bridge basically kind of evokes the emotion that I wanted to convey. Peter Wilfing is here with us in New York City. And this is the bridge. So I'm going to be talking about a campaign that we ran for Peter and give you some very specific data that will show you how this bridge works. One of the best ways to bridge your audience is through groups. And you'll notice that we have a Success Mastermind Hangout group. And you'll see right over here at the very top of Facebook, there's a little banner ad that Facebook has given you. And that's going to be different based on where you are in the relationship that you've built with Facebook. Now, I have a very advanced relationship with Facebook. I have, I think, 53 fan pages. This right here, it says, reach more people with events. Pages like yours reach an average of 14,000 people per event. Now, why would they want me to do an event? Well, because pages like ours use events to put the word out about things. And that's something that Facebook's now starting to do a little more of. This morning I was in a webinar and these guys promoted it. They used the event manager inside of Facebook to promote it. But the coordinates had like a link to go register for a webinar. So that's why they put that there. So groups are a great way to do that. The other way to do that is with video engagement. We ran a case study with Peter Wolfing. I had this idea. I said, Peter, why don't you take out of our 23 tips that we cover inside of the Facebook domination, what we want to do is just give people 3 tips and then use our tool SociJam to go make them really sexy, add bold and emojis. And you can see there's some italics over here, all kinds of stuff, little kisses and commenting, and see how well we could do it. But then I threw in a wild card, which is actually against what I teach, which is to put this link up here. If you're an advanced marketer, one of the things you want to do is actually split test everything down to a very minute scale. So I know from my own experience that putting a link in a first-time email is not a good idea. But I did that deliberately because I wanted to compare it against running this exact same post, but removing the link and seeing how much more engagement it gets. You know, in my course, I saw that, especially when promoting music, if you put a link, even to YouTube or to your website or anything like that, no one likes it, no one shares it, gets very little engagement. And the numbers are showing that as well. But we did a specific video fan filter ad for this. So people who watch video 1, video 2, video 3, now, this is a key that some other marketers have taught the fan filter before, but I'm going to share with you something about the fan filter that's very important for you to understand. The traditional fan filter says, okay, only show video number 2 to people that watch video number 1, and only show video number 3 to people who watch video number 2. And what I learned, and Jason can, who's on here, will testify to this, is that I found that the audiences are so small and so granular that Facebook doesn't show your ads at all. So what I found is I run 2 campaigns, and they're in parallel. I have a broad reach campaign that's running simultaneously with my micro audience campaign that is re-engaging and re-engaging and re-engaging. And so what's happening is I'm doing you have to understand that if your audience is very small, you'll pay much more to reach that small audience than if you allow Facebook to just run with it with like 3, 4, 500,000 million people in your audience. Right now, our audience is around 150,000 email subscribers, and we're actually adding another 350,000 more. We're going to have a nice big fat audience of people that we can market to. One of the best ways for you to do your marketing is by importing your leads into your marketing message and then running these fan filters. However, if you just run the fan filter, tip 1, and only people who watch tip 2 get tip 1, and only people who see tip 3 or people who watch tip 2, what ends up happening is you don't get enough traction. So you need to run these simultaneously, and we found that you can actually get a sizable increase in how many times Facebook is showing it. You have to start thinking differently when it comes to Facebook. Each campaign is like a container. I think of it like a song. Sometimes I'm in the mood to play Beethoven. Sometimes I want to play Tchaikovsky. Sometimes I feel like playing Debussy. They're all classical composers. Sometimes I'm in the mood to play John Lennon, rock musician. It's a different kind of a thing. Many more people love John Lennon than love classical music, most likely. I don't know that for sure, but I believe that to be true, especially in today's day and age. So the analogy there is I run all 3 ads simultaneously to my huge fans of John Lennon, and then I micro-target people to my specific lists and my specific audiences. And if you do this well by using a post instead of an ad, it sort of feeds on itself. And that's what I call the Facebook relevance method. It's different from what other marketers are teaching because they like running ads. They like going into the ad manager and say, oh yeah, I went in there and I spent $10 and I made 20 and I sold a t-shirt. You know, that's great. You can do that. However, that's not what we're teaching here. What we're teaching here is a science of engagement to build a fan base that's an alternative to asking for an opt-in email address. Okay? What we could do, and we actually do, if you go to fbinstantleads.com, we ask for your email address, and then we'll send you, a series of emails. I wanted to deliberately prove that model to be not the best one, and that's what we're going to be working on over the next couple of weeks. Does that make sense? So video engagement, you got to think about a 59-second video that you can create that draws people in around your topic and that reaches your audience. And I think part of what people like about Peter right here is he looks like a mentor. And that was like what I was realizing is Peter, the people who love our stuff and the people who really, really we need to speak to more are like Jason. Jason.
Yay. Hey, how's it going?
Marketing Jesus, how you doing?
I'm good. How's everything?
I like to call you my Padawan.
Yes. I'm here, man. I'm here to learn. I've learned a lot from you, Victor. Thank you.
Yeah, so you and I have run ads together, and actually we met at a mastermind where most of the people were really confused, if you remember, because the teacher was speaking way over the head of what people were talking about. And they were missing sort of the foundation, the basic training, if you will. But you knew what was there. And then when I showed you this method and you applied it, what happened? You saw your ads totally blow up, didn't you?
Yeah, they definitely blew up. I mean, the engagement it's a serious thing. You know, targeting does matter, and engagement is the first thing that really matters. And that's, at the end of the day, what you're teaching has helped me with my solar marketing business.
Yeah, so it's you market solar panels on Facebook.
Right. Yeah. So basically, like, we use digital identity resolution to find out who your website visitors are and retarget them from any platform. So I'm not even Facebook only. You know, now I'm omni-channel, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I love that word, omni-channel.
Yeah, you can use every platform and just put your hash files in it. It's so simple. You just got to show your ads to that hash file of audience that I create.
Yeah, and we were talking about avatars, and you actually are our avatar, Peter. This is our avatar. Right?
You got to say Marketing Jesus is now non-denominational.
Only my friends call me Marketing Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, but you see, the thing is, Peter, we've been trying to reach the Merediths of the world, you know, and that's the mistake.
Yeah.
You understand, Peter?
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole lot of Jasons out there that really love our stuff, that really could benefit from it, but we have been talking either too simply or too advanced, but not at the level that they want to hear. And that's the whole message that I was wanting to share with you tonight. That's why I put this presentation together, because I realized we have reached hundreds of thousands of people, you and I, Peter, and most of them are just like Jason. And what we're offering to them, what we have been offering in the past, not now, I think our current course, FB Domination Secrets, is right spot on the market. It's
Victor, I think I have to let my sixth sense of humor come out a little bit more when I'm typing out these headlines and stuff. And as you were talking, you were mentioning all of these composers and John Lennon. You know what the first thing that came out of my head?
What?
I love connecting with dead composers.
Yes.
Right? Just some kind of hook that's going to get him to go, what the heck is he, what? And then you get down and you pulls them into the whole content of what you're talking about, because it's true. And it's just, those specific words are going to get people to look, because you want to stop them in their tracks. What the hell is he talking about? Dead composers. Right?
Right.
It's ridiculous. Anyways, yeah, I'm definitely going to buy it. I'm definitely buy it.
And you said you've learned more from my course than the $2,000 courses that you bought.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like everybody just heard one thing and are just regurgitating it under their own brand. But you're bringing out some real, like, very tangible data that we need to utilize.
What's really cool about Victor is that, like you just said, that most people, they really don't think that, and George Bernard Shaw said that most people don't think. 95%, 2 or 3% of the people really think like Victor. And most of the other people, they think they're thinking, but they're really just regurgitating the same thoughts they heard from somebody else, right? And the rest of the people would rather die than think. So it's you're getting original thought and really diving into the concept of Facebook and engagement and so on. So now you can start to mold what you're doing and have this new awareness of how this stuff really works. And it just gives more potential to whatever you're marketing to. So thinking into your business is really something that you really need to do. And that's what Victor's doing. He's thinking into what he specializes in and then giving you that information out. So I hope you're really taking notes. This stuff is really critical in building your business.
All right, we're ready to talk about conversions.
Conversions, well, I think the important thing is to make an irresistible offer. I mean, really think about what you want to offer people to either opt into your website or to possibly get your subscription to your YouTube channel or your newsletter. But it has to almost like, oh, that hurts to give that offer. I mean, that's so much I'm giving. You mentioned earlier, I think it was Jason or someone saying, oh, wow, I mean, people are, this is a $2,000 course and we're offering it for like, $20 or something crazy. I mean, it's got to be an offer that, just really excites everyone. And so I think the irresistible offer, and you mentioned copywriting, that's so important. That headline and the word free or special offer or giveaway, right? I mean, those things will always be powerful words in marketing, right?
They will. I think, however, we as marketers need to change our audience copywriting style to be more college and PhD level, because the majority of Facebook is at that level.
Yeah.
And I think
that's a big insight I got from looking at data.
Yeah, and I think also if you're stacking an offer and you're trying to make an irresistible offer, I wouldn't go too low, because then people think, what's it really worth? Yeah,
like we were on this webinar today. These guys were selling a free plus shipping book for $7.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have all these upsells and upsells and upsells and upsells afterward.
Yep.
So we're kind of keeping it simple.
They were just selling the book, which is okay, and that's all they were selling. But if you're offering a product, you say, well, I normally charge $2,000, but today you can get it for $6.95. That's like unbelievable, right? I just think that's a little bit way too far down. So you want to give it some value and find some kind of a sweet spot, whether it's 97, 49, whatever your market bears is a better way. And just try not to go too low, because you start to devalue your product too much.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's dive into this deck, because I know you all guys are all busy. Okay, so this is a real key slide. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
When most people think about funnels and they think about conversions, they're looking on the wrong end of the donkey. Okay? They're thinking about, oh, okay, I need to build ads in my awareness. I need to build ads that build interest. I need to build ads that do decision. I need to build ads that do action, right? Or I need to have all of this inside of one ad. And as copywriters, we've been taught that that's what we need to do because we were using this medium called the sales letter, right? Well, on Facebook, what you want to do is the in-betweenness. Once you have the awareness, you need to figure out a very simple ad that bridges people between awareness and interest, in between interest and decision, in between decision and action. And this right here is your abandoned cart ad. This right here is your opt-in offer. And this right here is your video view ad. You see? So it's the in-between moments. And that's what no one's focusing on. And this is where all the money is made. I'll show you that next. Okay, we're going to talk some numbers. Now, my course, FB Relevance, it is all about getting you to this point. If you've never seen this banner show up on Facebook, you have a lot more work to do. Because what this does is Facebook is telling you, hey, you're now ready to play the game with us. And if you don't see that, that means you're still too early stage. So all you need to do is go into your Facebook account and look at what banner this is. And this is like the secret sauce. No one does this. All you need to do is do what Facebook tells you to do. And then do what you think you should be doing based on the other trainings you've done. But what I've learned is when you actually do what Facebook tells you to do, they lower your ad cost, they increase your sales, they show you more. It's much easier to get approved. You might even get them to give you a call. Like I actually had one of these banners that said, hey, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. We see some challenges in your account. And that's like a win. And that's what my whole course is all about, is getting you to this point where you actually have Facebook put this banner that says, optimize for sales, not just clicks. Because what you've told Facebook is, hey, I've generated enough traffic. It's now time for the rubber to hit the road. When you do that, you start seeing sales like this, okay? This is actual sales numbers. And our retargeting is $25.58 per purchase. Well, even that's what our retargeting is all about. If you have $49 and you're spending $25 on Facebook ads just because of the abandoned cart, that's still $25 you didn't have before you began. And we've been running numbers like this, and this is what I call the 10K code. Okay, we had 11,000 page views, 505 initiate checkouts, and so far, Peter, our campaign is generating a 229% ROI, including our ads. So we're doing pretty well, and we can scale this business because I believe that this model of a short video of you on New York City on the rooftops, it's a sweet spot. People love it. Now, this is the part you want to take notes on, and I taught this to Jason last week. We're going to have a detailed thing on here, but this is the secret sauce. Okay, so write this down. You want to create a conversion event. You want to basically use existing audiences, and the type is going to be website checkout and website purchase. Okay, so what you want to do is include people who made it to your checkout page, but exclude people who made a purchase. That way, only people who did not purchase but made it to your checkout will see the ad. Now, I've run the numbers, and some people say, oh, it's 90%. No, it's actually 97% of the people who hit our checkout pages across 500 checkouts, only 3% ever complete their checkout. By doing this scenario, you get a much higher conversion. And the reason for that is because the majority, as we saw, 85% of our people are on their phone. And we need to retarget them when they're sitting and they're more comfortable and they're in a buying mood. So there's this way, there's that way, and then the other way. And so now it's time to make a decision, and this is the D, okay? I have a very humorous slide coming up here. I call this access to baby child dentistry. That's actually, if you search for access to baby child dentistry, you'll get this image in Google Images. I thought it was kind of funny. So this is, again, the secret sauce. We talked about audiences today. We talked about bridges today. We talked about conversions today, and we're talking about decisions. Decision is not necessarily the abandoned cart, okay? Now, a conversion means that, yes, I want to buy this thing. The decision is, yes, I want to buy this thing. So like right now, we have a course that Peter and I are putting together, and let me hear from you guys. If you've seen enough tonight that you think that you could learn something from Peter and I in this course, just put some yes in the chat if you see that. And I'm going to keep talking here while here, because again, this right here is a campaign. This right here is a campaign. And this right here is a campaign. It's the same as this type of a campaign. You're doing people who do this, but did not do that. And that's the key. This is the part that the marketers are not sharing with you guys. And until you do this, it's really going to be tough for you to be profitable. The emphasis is on profit, okay? Even the guys that were on the talk today, that a lot of these gurus, they said, oh yeah, I have my ad manager running my ads for me. I have these ad managers who are running for me. Yeah, we spent $250,000 last month on ads. And I'm going, well, okay, you created the content for those ads, but do you actually know the numbers, the metrics, the data behind it? No, you delegated it to someone in Pakistan. So no offense to all the other marketers out there that have outsourcing, but I believe that you owe it to yourself to understand the details and the nuances of this stuff. That's why I put this course together. And then you'll become a success story like Jason. That's why we're doing this. This is our big why. And I'm going to take questions at the end. I'm a surfer. And most of you guys who are doing marketing on Facebook and on the internet are longboarding. Okay? True story. I learned on a longboard. Almost everybody learns on a longboard. Well, that is a very tiny wave. Okay? That is the kind of wave where my friends would say, you know what? Don't bother going, don't bother. The surf's not up. Unless you have a longboard, in which case you can have lots of fun. And meet girls on who are also on longboards. But most of the stuff you see other people talking about with Facebook ads, it's all easy. You want to stand up, there's small waves, there's low risk, and there's low reward, okay? So let me see a yes in the chat if you guys are ready for that next step, because you guys already have Facebook domination secrets, you have all that, but we have a program that we put together that we're very, very excited about. My surfing, this is a true story. I had a longboard and I was learning to surf. And then I got a little bit of confidence and I went out to the big waves on the North Shore of Kauai. And they're about this size. This is actually about how big they are. They're not as huge as those you get towed into, but they can get to be like 10 feet. That's like a 10-foot wave. The 10-foot is measured on the backside, not on the face. So the footage is, it's like this wall of water coming at you. And I had a longboard. It was actually kind of cool what these native Hawaiians did. They sent me out to this place with a longboard knowing that I'd probably die. And so what ended up happening is I saw this wave coming through. And what ended up happening is I said, I am going to die. And this little quiet little voice in my head said, Vic, just throw your board to the side and dive right into the wave. Don't duck dive. You have a longboard. You can't duck dive with it. The longboard was snapped in two, literally snapped in two. If I was on that board trying to catch that wave, I would have died probably. My back would have been snapped in two. I've never had a serious injury from surfing, and I'm really grateful because I was taught well. And the same way I want to teach you guys how to do Facebook the right way. So I went and bought myself a triple keel big wave board, just like that one right there. It has 3 fins on it, one in the middle. A longboard only has 1 fin. It's like a shark. And you see, this one is designed that you can do tricks, you can swivel. It's got some rubber on the back, so you can spin it around. It's a 9-foot board. It's a big wave board. And as soon as I got the board, as soon as I got the right tools, I started surfing with the big boys. So if you guys want to surf with the big boys, surf with me and Peter, go to 10kcode.com. That is our first upgrade that you want. And this is what it's going to look like when you get there. You're just going to put in your first name, last name, your email, and your phone number. That's it. And inside the notes field, put in your website, your Facebook page, who you are, whatever in there, and then just click the next button. So head on over to 10kcode.com and jump on that.
Well, Victor, the last part that you had mentioned, it's almost like that article that I wrote about golf, right? Remember I said in the golfing article, most people think that how you play golf to learn how to play is to hit it off the tee as hard and as far as you can. And they're doing it backwards. You should be learning how to putt first, and then you learn how to hit the long ball, right? Same thing with the boards. You know, so many people go out and they're like, oh, wow, I'm going to ride that big wave, and they get demolished. And instead of going on the small ones and learning how to be able to work the board. And same thing on Facebook. People get out there, and many times I did this myself. I went out and I lost $20,000 on my first go round, right? Because I didn't know what I was doing. So, you know, you try to ride the big wave, and then you get demolished. But most people don't have the resilience to get back on that. And they're like, oh, this Facebook ad stuff doesn't work. So we're trying to teach you how to be able to use all these nuances. And I thought it was brilliant, Victor, when you were talking about, you know, the spaces in between those different spaces, in between the major events that are happening, right? Because that's where you can squeeze the ROI out of it, right? So if you just let it go through, you make some money. But if you squeeze it out of each one of those spaces in between, then your ROI is going to go 10 times, 20 times, 30 times higher, which is what you showed, over 200%. So that's the key thing, and that's what the masters do, but they don't tell you.
Yeah, but we know how to do it. But see, they didn't tell us. We figured it out.
Yep. Yep.
You know, it's really true too, because like I play golf for a really long time, just a few times a year, 4 or 5 times a year when I get a chance to. And I got invited by a PGA member to come and just practice for the day. And I normally didn't have a trainer or somebody to show me how to play. So I just kind of learned, picked up the club, started hitting until I got it good enough where I could keep it in the fairway. And I went over there and he said, okay, we're going to work on your grip. And so we worked and adjusted the grip. And then he says, now I'm going to teach you how to bend in the right way before you hit the ball. Just those 2 little tweaks, I think, and these wise, you guys are the masters, because it's those little things that you tweak that you don't know about that makes all the difference in the world. And after I did those 2 things the way he showed me, the ball hit so smoothly and went farther with less effort. And I think that's what this stuff is all about. I mean, when you can do that, when you can apply something through the experts and the masters, just tweaking things just a little bit, it makes all the difference.
Yeah, when I started playing, I mean, I was never really taught. And like you, Mark, if I go on vacation, if they have a golf course, I'll play. So I didn't really play that much. And I thought it was about, okay, how hard can I hit the ball? How hard can I swing to be able to drive the ball? And it's not about that at all. It's about swinging exactly the same way. The club is the difference.
Right.
I'm like, oh, who knew? You know, I didn't know. I thought it was how hard I could swing at it. So, and of course, I would shank it and pull it and go in the trees. And every once in a while, I would get a good hit. And that would make me come back, but I didn't know any better. My awareness wasn't there until they started telling me, hey, swing the same and then just change the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And what we want to do with the 10K code is to help you get to that point where you have at least 10,000 Facebook events firing on your pages per month. Now, that's not for everyone, but that's like the minimum. That's also the minimum for Google to rank you organically. A lot of my clients get really kind of upset with me when I tell them, you don't have enough traffic. You need at least 10, 20, 30,000 visitors a month if you want to rank organically on Google. The best way to do that is to pay Google, right? Buy some traffic. So you need that flow. You need at least 10,000 people coming every single month, every single week. The rule of thumb is just the bare minimum is you want to be focusing on generating 50 conversions a week, okay? Now, your conversion is one of those little curly cues that I showed there, okay? The in-betweenness of it. So what I'm going to be showing you guys over the next couple of weeks in the 10K code is going to be my method for how do we take 10,000 visitors and turn it into cash. And were we profitable? And right now, those 10,000 visitors, we are profitable with that. It takes a lot more people today than ever before in history to get people to take action, and you need to get them multiple times. That's why you need to have 7 campaigns. And if you actually look it up, we have 4 steps, and then the in-between steps, that's 4 plus 3, 7 campaigns you want to be running inside of your campaign. And we're going to be detailing this step by step by step by step, because quite frankly, this course that Peter and I have created, it's $149, and then there's a coupon that will reduce it, and you can get back to the person who sent you this video with a coupon code, or if that coupon is expired, then check your email, and that coupon might have been mailed to you. But however it is, it's $149. We find that that's the best value we can give for a beginner. That's like buying a longboard. I think that's actually what I paid for my longboard. I paid $149 for my longboard, and I paid like something like $4 or $5 grand for my triple keel custom surfboard that was made to my body height, my body weight, my level of ability, and it brought me from a beginner to an advanced surfer, and then later a surfing instructor. Now, granted, I didn't do crazy stuff like go out there, surfing those 20, 30-foot waves, but yeah, I can handle myself in an 8, 10-foot swell. So Dr. Nick, if you want to say anything, or Mark, I can still hear you. You've made millions of dollars in your career.
You always blow me away every time, so I'm good. I really don't know what else to say. I mean, all I can say is when I thought what Nick said about irresistible offer, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just gave those guys an irresistible offer not long ago, and you guys took me up on it. So I just think that's great stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Mark. Dr. Nick.
Yeah, I think the age of content marketing and giving good information that draws the right tribe continues to really bring the right tribe and customers to you. And I think that above and beyond getting a large list, and clearly the algorithms require that you have a certain number, like with YouTube, 10,000 followers and so forth. It really does help. With Amazon, we have a huge market with Amazon, and we have social influencers that believe in our Acne Be Gone product and our Ester Block product, because that's my biggest market, is clearing up kids' acne. With 50,000 kids we've successfully helped. So it's interesting that when you get that momentum and then everyone starts endorsing you, and then I brought on Dr. Sonia Banisel-Batterisi, who's a board-certified dermatologist in Northern California, and she's so articulate and so passionate. And here she is, a dermatologist, and she co-authored my new book, Acne Be Gone. So I had never really been in the field of acne, yet my products was clearing up acne all over the world, and I'm like, I better have some credibility. So I brought on her as a co-author. So you need that credibility, you need that good content, and plus you need to have something that gets results. If it doesn't get results, you can have all the marketing money in the world and basically it's going to fizzle out. But our product doesn't fizzle out year after year after year. I mean, we've sold somewhere in excess of $20 million worth of products on Amazon because the product works, and it fuels the funding to do all these other experiments with launching other products that I love and I'm passionate about, but they haven't quite caught that wave yet. You got to paddle fast enough to catch the wave, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Nick.
Yes.
So yours is one of the case studies we're going to be working on in the 10K code. I'm really looking forward to connecting with you on that. Now that we have it, we've actually, like the email said, we finally cracked the code for ourselves, and it boggles my mind why it took us so long to do it. It's like this little, it's this little switch kind of popped.
I'm excited about this code you're offering because, the reality is we need marketers like you and Peter to really take our great content, but then to use your experience to help us to get to reach, tens of thousands, if not millions of people. I mean, that is the big goal, because with that, then the revenues come along the back end, but you got to reach the people first, and you got to, kind of catch their attention, right?
Yeah, definitely. And, Peter and I are also available to do some coaching with people if they have specific needs. Like the 10K code, really the way I designed this program is it's tailored for you. I have access to all of digital marketers trainings. And if you need help with email marketing, with content marketing, with funnel building, with anything that you need, I have access to all that as trainings. But what good is the training if you don't actually go through it? So with the 10K code, we're going to sit down, we're going to create a custom program for you. And then you're also going to have access to all of the beginner, intermediate level of Facebook course inside the member back office. And so I've really been thinking about, okay, how do we get people to actually put this stuff into practice? And the people that right now are inside the 10K code program, they're now become consultants. They actually work, like one of my students, he's in Silicon Valley, a business coach. He charges $300 an hour, and he has a Facebook ads as one of the tools in his toolkit when he sits down and does business consulting for people. And he's able to actually add that in using this method that I created. I call it inferred demographics. We all talk about demographics. That's like the marketing buzzword of the world. But as we found out that all this postulating about our demographic and our target audience, we were completely wrong. We thought we wanted to reach married couples that are over 50 as our target market, but who we're actually meeting and who's showing up is Jason, right? 25 years old, single, actually he's married. There he is. Say hi, Jason.
Well, I'm not 25. I want to be 25 again.
You're 29 though, right?
I'm 29, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's in the 25 to 35 range.
Hey, I'm in the range, man. I'm just looking for the right mentors. And I ran into you at that mastermind. Everything's changed since then. So.
Jason's been taking Nick's product, and he's been 25 for a long time.
Yes.
I've been taking Nick's product. I have been taking Nick's product. It's a very good product.
Now I'm going to have to try it.
But yeah, we're not going to talk about that one just yet. But we could. Kat, you also were at that mastermind. You know Jason. We actually met at the same mastermind.
Yep, we met at the same mastermind as far as I remember. And Jason, I'm super glad to see you here.
Of course.
It's been quite a while. I don't remember when was the last time that we've seen each other. Probably like a year ago, maybe.
Solid year, yeah. But it's good seeing you, Kat. Thanks for jumping on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I absolutely didn't expect to see you. And yep, you're the new marketing Jesus, I guess.
Yeah, we're the new dudes on the block. We're the old kids, old school.
Yeah, I mean, Vic's made me evolve, so it's all good.
Yeah.
We got a marketing Jesus, and we got a Gandalf here, and that's just
Yeah.
marvelous.
There you go.
Historically, you never could get these two guys in one room, and now you get them at least on a Zoom call. That's a miracle. Yeah.
Love it. What you guys just mentioned about, the surfing, the main thing is you have to take action, because if you're sitting there in the water and then the wave comes, if you're not paddling, it's going to just run right past you. So you have to take action to get the right speed, so this way you can catch the wave. Same thing here. You could see it all day long, but unless you take action with it, nothing's going to happen. So I hope you take action, get the product. You're not going to be disappointed, and it's going to be a start of a lot of great things that'll happen for you. As long as you take action with it, don't let it be one of those products you sit on the shelf and don't take action with it. So that's not going to help you or us or anything. We want you to be able to have testimonials and proof and so on, and be one of our success players as we increase your business with this product. So thanks, everybody. I look forward to catching you later, okay?
Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye now.
I can't hear. can't hear you.
Hey, okay, now I'm unmuted. Now you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Great, great. I watched your replay webinar on traffic authority. I'm a reseller. That's why I find you.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a long time ago. I was in Traffic Authority.
Yeah, I just joined them. So that's why I realized that you have a great. So I started following you and I signed up for Social Snap. And I'm doing affiliate right now. Right now, I plugged in my affiliate link to Traffic Authority that I'm promoting right now.
That's great. Do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, I have a Facebook page. Yeah,
Okay,
but
so what I want to do is I'm going to create a new one because a lot of people I taught on Saturday, they didn't even have a Facebook page. I can't imagine someone not having a Facebook page today.
Wow.
I checked my account. I have 58 Facebook pages.
Wow.
That I created or I'm an admin for, and for me it's sort of like a color. Whenever I promote on Facebook, I decide, okay, which of my pages is my ad going to go out? And then when I put it out on that page, I always get residual traffic on that page.
Wow.
So I'm going to create a new page for a new brand that I'm launching called Piano Mandala, which is all about my mandala piano music. I had this idea. It's kind of noisy here, but let me see if I can, can you hear, can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So, let's see if I have this page. Okay. I want to see if Audra would be here. I'm going to give her the link.
Okay.
So if those of you who are watching us live, or if you missed it, I like to actually make these interactive. Now, let me give you an update. Peter is traveling. He's in Florida. He just bought a new home. He's moving from New York City to Florida, and he's asked me to cover for him.
Okay.
And what we're going to be doing is, starting in June, we're going to be working exclusively on the sales masterclass. And the 10K code presentation that you just saw is kind of like part of that.
Okay.
If you go to 10kcode.com, you're going to see that actually is the top tier upgrade. Actually, it's the middle tier upgrade to Search Triggers, my search SEO software. It's $1,000 or 3 payments of $367, but that gets you into the program where we start focusing on building enough traffic for your business. It's not for everybody. Like I said, everyone who's a beginner, we want you to go to SociSnap. Okay. Just go to SociSnap.
Can you believe that I check it out and I'm waiting for my finances to join it? I check it out because I realized that I can use the search trigger. It's part of the package.
Yeah, Search Triggers is really advanced, and I've been trying to teach that a little bit here, but you have to start thinking like a search engine.
Right.
So SociSnap is like for beginners. Search Triggers is like for intermediate. And then when you're actually running ads, I think that's like, that's more advanced. And like today's training was kind of a little bit advanced, but I just wanted you to understand the 30,000 foot view of running these ads. When you have like 10,000 or 11,000, I guess the example was 11,000 people visiting your page, your website. Okay. What that does is it shows Google that you have traffic. It shows that you're an authority. It's fascinating how people talk about traffic authority, but they don't have any traffic and they have no authority. So the thing is, you have to actually spend the money and you lose it for a while. Like just sending people to your web page doesn't mean you're going to make money. I was looking at a lot of people are commenting in one of the groups I'm part of, and they said, hey, I bought this and I bought that and I bought this and I bought that. I said, no, you're investing in your education. That's why all beginner training, everything beginner level in SociSnap is included. So in other words, you buy SociSnap, you get all of my beginner stuff.
Okay.
I only want to be asking people to invest $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $10,000 on ads
Right.
if they are past the beginner stage.
Okay.
If you're a beginner, just get into Builderall, get into SociSnap, and get your feet wet. Build a website, put some pages up, make some landing pages.
Right.
In today's world, you can't function without an autoresponder. You need an autoresponder, right?
Yeah.
You need to build an email list.
Right.
But just because you're building an email list doesn't mean that that's an asset.
Okay.
Google has made sure that your email list only has a lifespan of 30 days unless you get engagement.
Okay.
The best way to get engagement is YouTube. So you want to build your list and then move those people over to YouTube. That's in the Google world.
Right.
What I just started doing on Facebook now, and it's working great, is I am posting YouTube videos on my Facebook. So I'm now moving people from Facebook over to YouTube. A bunch of my friends, they are now starting to follow me.
Okay.
And they saw my post. And you know, there's a myth. It's not true. They said, oh, if you post links to YouTube on Facebook, no one's going to, Facebook's not going to show them. That's not true. I had 3 friends tell me that they saw my picture with Richard Branson on my Facebook. And they were just friends on my Facebook channel.
Okay.
So I don't want to be utilizing Facebook as a pitch medium. Right? Facebook for me is about my piano music. Really, it's just about connecting with people. It's about, none of us are traveling. I used to use it when I went to live events and I'd be shooting videos and I'd be having friends. But I now want people to go to YouTube. Right? I want people to go from Facebook to YouTube because that's where I'm putting my stuff. That's where my content exists. Like on this channel, connecting live with people like you. Right.
You make my
you
day.
have SociSnap. I was so you said, who's your favorite celebrity entrepreneur? And you said I was your favorite celebrity entrepreneur. I love that. You said that yesterday.
You make my day. You make my day.
So let me teach a little bit about how to create a Facebook page, because a lot of people don't know this. And let me show you a little bit inside of SociSnap just to show you what we've been building. Okay. Give me a moment here to bring up my page. I'm going to start at the very, very beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
Write your post or load it in from the load bar. Then add bolds, italics, and emojis. All right. You should be seeing my screen. I'm going to go and add that. Okay. We'll remove this and we'll add this one. Okay. So right now you should be seeing SociSnap. And let me bring up my screen here.
Yes, I can see.
Okay.
Yes.
I can make it a little bit taller. All right.
Okay.
So now you ought to see, okay, so how this works is YouTube always has more videos.
Okay.
Now here's an important lesson. When people look at your video, you want to make sure that they see other videos in your channel.
Okay.
And the way to do that is with the question mark REL equals 0. I wish I could put that. I guess I'm going to put it in as a Facebook comment.
Okay.
In your embeds, add question mark REL equals 0. I'm just going to put that in here. I'm going to show that up on the screen. Okay, so that's what it is. So once you share a video, so like if I go into this and I click share, okay, I click share, right? I can share directly from inside the browser. I can copy the link. So if I click copy the link, and then I open up a new tab and I bring this into YouTube, Okay, you can actually share my video right from inside of here. You'll see that there are, in this playlist,
Right.
there are 16 videos.
Right.
And this one video, when you click share, you click this button that says embed.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You're going to have this code that shows up right in here.
Okay.
And this is what you want to do with your Builderall website. Okay. So
Okay.
now I'm going to bring up this code. Let me see if I can go into Builderall.
Yeah, I just created an account 3 days ago.
Okay, so I'm just going to go right into the Builderall. I'm just going to make a blank page in one of my websites. Okay, I'm just going to go into, maybe here's a reading website that I made.
Right.
This is all about speed learning and downloading an ebook. So I'm just going to create a new page in here.
Okay.
And I'm going to call this one YouTube. Now I'm going to click save, and I'm going to basically have a YouTube page. Oops, I probably have to make title. I need to make a title. I'm going to call it YouTube. And YouTube. So I click save. And now what happens is I have this page here, and I can click edit page.
Right.
Okay, add a panel to start building. So now I'm clicking add, and I go to panels. And I want to work with like a video sales letter. There's something like a VSL page. So I click VSL page. And I have various types of VSL pages. I like this one. It's kind of a course VSL page. So I click this. So once I click that course VSL page, it already has all the templates that I need, right?
Okay.
Call out to your audience. Example, attention all marketers. So I'm going to stick that to attention all marketers.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
This is how you can ethically make money online without taking advantage of new people.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Right? So now instead of this video, okay, what I do is I now go into general settings and I replace this with a different video.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So there's all of these controls right in here. Now, what I want to do is grab this code from my video here. Okay. And I'm just going to grab that piece right here. Okay, so I've grabbed that piece from my video. I go back to Builderall. Let's see, where was it? Ah, it's right here. Okay. And I just replace the first part.
Okay.
Okay. Everything right in here.
Okay.
So now I just replace that just up to that question mark. And look what happens. It replaced it with my video.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking my video from my playlist and I'm putting it on my webpage. So when people visit my webpage, then I would say, here's the benefit, here's the benefit, here's the benefit, here's the benefit. And then, yes, I want it, right? So now when I click save, and then I can click publish. So this is my opt-in page. And then I go in here and I type in the page that I called YouTube. You see that now I have my own landing page that's built inside of here. What you want to be doing is generating a page like this and sending 10,000 people to this page and measuring, okay, how many people ended up on this page? How many people watched the video? And you'll have that number, right? If people are not watching your video, then what's the point?
Right.
Okay. So here's a page I made for Peter, which kind of shows another example, another way of looking at it. We said, attention, click the play button. We put an orange arrow so that
Right.
people click the play button.
Right.
Now, YouTube likes it
Okay.
when people physically click the play button.
Okay.
If you autoplay it,
Mhm.
the word's still out there, whether or not
Mhm.
they're going to allow that to happen. Okay, so now let's talk about my new brand. Is called Piano Mandala, pianomandala.com.
Piano Mandala.
Piano music videos by Victor, VIP pre-release access. Okay, that's
Oh.
my new brand.
Okay.
I'm now going to go over to facebook.com/pages. Facebook.com/pages. I'm going to show you how simple it is to go create a brand new page. You see, I have 58 pages. I'm going to create a new page.
Right.
And my page name is called Piano Mandala.
Okay.
My category is music,
Mm-hmm.
right? Musician and band. And my description is inspirational piano music with beautiful computer graphic mandalas. And that's all it is. It's so simple. You can click create page.
Right.
Step 1, create a page name. Step 2, choose a category. Step 3, create beautiful computer graphic mandalas. Now I click create page. And now I've done it. Now I don't get to choose the brand at Piano Mandala until I have a few likes.
Okay.
Okay. So you need 100 likes or so. At least that's what it used to be. Now I click add profile picture and then add cover photo.
Mm-hmm.
So adding my profile picture, I'm going to use Mr. Hatman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to go grab my Mr. Hatman logo.
Okay.
Okay, so there's my Hatman logo. And then the cover photo is going to be one of my mandala images. See if I can find one.
Yeah, my page is not busy at all.
Okay, I have to find I'm trying to find my image here. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Okay, so there's my image.
Mm-hmm.
It's uploading the image. So I have that beautiful image right there.
Right.
And now I click save. So I'm now setting up my page, and there it is. Now, for some reason, the picture didn't save. So I'm now going to go in here and I'm going to click edit profile picture.
Okay.
I'm going to upload a photo. I don't know why the other one didn't work, but I will try it again.
Mm.
Maybe it's too small.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you need one. It needs to be larger. Okay. So I have to use a larger picture. So let me go and grab another photo. Here's one of my old CD covers. Try that one.
Okay.
There we go.
Wow, that was beautiful.
So now it's saving. And maybe I want to change this background a little bit.
Okay.
Now I'm going to click add a button, right? It actually is letting me create a username because I have so many existing pages. That may not be there.
Okay.
Okay, but my username is going to be Piano Mandala. I want to use brand consistency.
Okay.
Okay, so apparently someone else has that name.
Oh.
So I'm going to do with an S, Piano Mandalas. That's a shame that someone else has my brand.
Right.
How could someone have that? Let's see what they have.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just a dead.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they don't even have nothing on there. So I couldn't. I'm just gonna do Piano Mandala music.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
So Piano Mandala music.
Music.
So now I'm creating a username and I'm set.
Right.
And now I can go in here and I can edit, maybe upload another photo. I'm gonna pick a different, maybe a piano photo.
Okay.
From one of my CD covers.
Mm.
May also have some stock photos from pianos. Let's try some of that.
Mm.
Always on the spot. I'm trying to find a good piano image. Let me go search my hard drive. Wow, that's kind of cool. I just found a cool image.
Great. Mm.
Isn't that cool?
There it is. Wow. Wow.
Right?
Wow. That's cool.
So now I'm going to add a button. And I'm going to add the button. I'm going to say,
Learn more.
contact us.
Okay.
And I'm going to put in the link to my website,
Okay.
pianomandala.com.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now I have that. See, yeah, and that's the beginnings of a page, right?
Right.
Now I can create a post, and I will just grab, and this is a really simple thing you can do with your YouTube videos,
Okay.
is I can just go over here and grab a playlist. I go to my playlists, and I have right here music, piano, mandala.
Right.
And I'm grabbing my playlist from YouTube, and I go back over to here,
Right.
and hopefully it will grab. Okay, so it didn't, you see how it didn't grab the image?
Right.
It needs an image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that link, and I'm going to grab just one video from the playlist.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with the first video. But see, the way you have to understand YouTube is the address right over here. V equals the video name.
Right.
And then list equals the list name. You
Okay.
want to have both.
Okay.
Okay. And then you can get rid of this other stuff. Okay, I'm just going to grab that, and I'm going to go over here and paste that in, and hopefully it'll fetch a nice picture. See, there it is. It's a nice
Right.
picture. Once you have the picture, you can actually delete that
Okay.
and then just click post.
Oh.
And what it'll do is it'll make a nice post with just the picture. I don't want any text. I want this particular channel just to be like art, right?
Okay.
I don't need to say, hey, check out my music.
Right.
I don't need to do that because right over here already says that in the title. You see
Okay.
that?
Right. Right. Right.
Now I can just boost this post,
Okay.
but I'm not going to do that because if you watch my training the other day,
Mm-hmm.
so now let me explain. Now, once you create your page,
Right.
the first thing you want to do is follow these steps that say set up your page for success.
Okay.
So there's 7 of 13 steps completed.
Right.
So establish your page's identity. I created a page name. I created a category. I
Okay.
added a profile picture.
Mhm.
I added a cover photo. I added a description.
Mhm.
Now they say 5 steps left.
Okay.
Now, you want to complete all of the steps that Facebook suggests you do.
Right.
Okay?
I'm guilty on that.
Right? Add website. So
Mhm.
we're clicking add website. And what's the website? It's pianomandala.com. Okay? Now, if you're in Builderall, you want to build the website first
Okay.
before you make your Facebook page. There's an order of operations. You
Okay.
want to first go into Builderall,
Mhm.
build your website, then make your page. So now I'm
Okay.
going to go add that. Okay. And you want to make sure it's live because Facebook looks at all these things to establish, are you for real? Are
Okay.
you credible?
Right.
Should I trust you?
Okay.
Okay. Location info. And you say, this doesn't apply to my page. So I'm going to remove that because it's a global website.
Okay.
Business hours does not apply to my page.
Okay.
Phone number does not apply to my page. Messaging preference. I would say I could connect WhatsApp if I wanted to, but I would say save and finish later.
Okay.
Okay. And then I want to click introduce your page. That's one step left. Now, this is the key. A lot of people forget this. You want to invite your friends to your page.
Okay.
Now, some marketers, even courses I've been part of, they suggest that you don't do that. It depends.
Okay.
If you're building a brand and most of your friends are not in the business that you're in,
Right.
then you don't want to do that because it'll confuse the algorithm.
Right.
But since most of my friends already like my piano music, I want to invite them. I'm going to add Jolene to the stream. Hey, Jolene.
Hello.
Are you learning something today?
Yes, I am. I wasn't sure if
Okay.
you could hear me or not.
Rodney, what's going on, man? The man, the myth, the legend. I love Rodney. I love his software. So good to see you, man. I'm teaching people how to make a Facebook page. Now, Rodney is a gangster marketer, and he's made this amazing training and amazing software to help you get more friends and to start marketing with your personal wall.
Oh, wow.
Now, what I'm teaching you here is bridge marketing.
Okay.
You want to bring your friends into your page, and then once they're in your page, guess what? You actually could remove them. If you have that problem that I have, when you hit 5,000 friends, you have a limit, right?
Right.
You want to keep your closest friends in your friends list, but you want to start marketing to people on your page. So what I'm now going to do, hey, Rodney, I'm gonna pitch your product here in a minute. I think everybody should buy your product. Yours is the best one out there.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Good.
Rodney, let me give you a link so you can come on if you can. If you want to join us, that'd be great. Let me get back to the show. All right, so here we're doing. I'm now going to invite my friends. And I'm just going to go through. As you can see, I've got 4,600 friends.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to try to click select all. It may or may not let me do that, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway, because I want all of my friends to like Piano Mandala. So now I'm sending invites. Okay, so it gave me an error. I expected that to happen. I don't think it wants me to do 10,000, 4,600 people, right? That's probably a bug on Facebook's side. But anyway, if you have fewer friends than that, then you could probably invite maybe 100 or 200. You're the man. Actually can't hop on, working with my coder, but we can catch up soon. Yeah, hit me up on Skype. Let me see if I can bring up. I'm gonna go and see if I can bring up his software.
Okay. So what is it for?
It's really great software. Let me show you how you can get to it. Let me see if I have to first make sure it's there. Facebook Friends. I think if you do Facebook Friends, you should see his. No. Let me go find Rodney's software. I'm trying to find the search term to find it.
Is that to create your own fan page there on Facebook? Is that all free?
Yes, you can create your own fan page on Facebook, and it's free.
Okay.
And what I did here is I showed you an easy way to create a fan page on Facebook.
Right.
Yeah, so I've completed 13 steps.
Okay.
So there's one step left, and then I could add more information. So you actually want to add this. You want to click this Get Started button, add more information to Piano Mandala, and then use motion, right? Ads with motion outperform ads with still images alone 75% of the time. Use these free apps to add motion to your ads. This is new. What I love to do with Facebook is, especially when I'm starting a brand new page, I want to follow every instruction the Facebook recommends.
Okay.
Start at the top and work your way down. Okay.
Okay.
Like it says, reach more people with this post. Try boosting this post. I want to get some traction on this post first before I boost. Okay. And if this is not my cover photo, I'm gonna hide that from the page, or I can remove it. Okay. But now once I have this business, I can actually click promote. Okay. And see, promote goes into get started with automated ads. This is all brand new. Facebook just added that recently. Get more website purchases, boost a post, get more messages, promote your page, get more people to contact, get more website visitors, or get more leads. Now, they've put this in a logical order. Okay. You want to start with one goal, then move on to the next goal, then move on to the next goal. Okay. Move on to each goal in order. Okay. Most people want to immediately go to getting leads. Well, I don't think, if you followed my other trainings, I don't think leads are a good idea, because you're actually asking people to leave Facebook. What I want to do is find out who wants to buy my product. In other words, screening people, qualifying people, having them watch my videos, having them engage with my content. Exactly as if I was connecting with them. So let me show you what I would do. I'm going to actually create a post here. I put up my YouTube video, but I'm now going to take this exact same video and I'm going to upload the video itself in raw form and see how that works. I like to experiment with things, because just because something worked a week ago on Facebook, it doesn't mean that it's going to continue to work.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So I'm going to go and upload my live concert part 1. Okay. And you'll see it starts uploading right away. So it's 3.8%, 4%, 5%. I can always add more text to it later.
Right.
But I just want to give people some content.
Right.
Without saying, hey, check out my music. Look how great it is. You know, people are, I think, past that.
Okay. They have enough.
Yeah. Now, what I could do is maybe tell the story. So if I go into the exact same content that I have right in my video. So I could grab a little bit about the story. If I wanted to put some text. And I'm going to grab some more text from my YouTube video. And I'll talk about Milk Drop, which is the effects platform that I'm using. So what I'm now doing is grabbing some more text from there. Now, I'm careful not to put any links too early.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just putting in text to give some context as to what is this music and why is it different.
Okay.
Because I'm also wanting some search traffic coming from Facebook.
Right.
You see where it says right here, search Facebook? Facebook is a search engine, right?
Right.
It's not just about the news feed. You can actually search for things.
Right.
The music for this recording, all original. I'm just going to keep it really generic.
I can't see the screen anymore.
Ah, okay. Thanks for letting me know.
Okay.
Yeah. Rodney, I'm going to go find your link. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Okay.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see what I'm doing here now.
Right.
So what I did is I uploaded my picture,
Mhm.
and then I grabbed the text from my YouTube liner, but I removed all the links because on YouTube I have all these links.
All right.
But on Facebook, I'm not putting any links.
Okay.
Okay. Except where Facebook is asking me, please visit our website at Piano Mandala on our Facebook, on our page, right? Something like that. Because I want people to click the button,
Right.
right? This button right here.
Okay.
So now I uploaded that video. So I can stop the video there and I'll go back into here and I will reload my page. And so this business hours stuff I can remove. Anything that's irrelevant, you want to remove.
Okay.
Okay, so we're deleting that. We don't care about business hours. And so now the videos are processing. It's not quite up yet.
Okay.
But I can click more in videos. And then as soon as that video is there, it's going to show up here.
Okay.
Okay. So what you want to be doing with your Facebook page, just uploading content, uploading videos, uploading great stuff. You're not asking people to click on anything. You can stick this button here, but just keep it as non-spammy as possible.
Okay.
Okay. And that's the first step. And then once you do that, Facebook's going to tell you some more things. See, like, look at that. Start selling from your page in a few steps. You see that?
Right.
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 So they know that I want to sell something.
Okay.
So whatever you put on your page, their AI is going to interpret it.
Okay.
And then you want to do that. Right.
Okay.
It only takes a few minutes to set up your shop. Just enter your business details, add the products you'd like to sell, and customize your shop's homepage to fit your brand. Okay?
Wow.
So that's when you want to get, okay, now Facebook says, wow, they think we're ready to start selling.
Right.
Okay? If you don't see this, then don't start selling.
Okay. I think I have something like that on my page.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick all of this into SociSnap.
Wow.
So that all of this training is here for you.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So we've been on for a while now. Any questions? Let me see if I can find. There it is.
Okay.
Let me show you. Rodney, who was here earlier. Okay, if you go to my search engine,
Okay.
EarthGrid, and you type in social prospector, right?
Okay.
You're going to see this link right here, Facebook lead generation.
Okay.
You could also type in Facebook lead generation, okay?
Okay. Okay.
And you're going to see this brand new Facebook software that generates traffic, leads, and sales.
Okay.
Okay. It's a great program. You click that link. It's available for both Windows and Mac. That's my affiliate link to make sure that that's there. Reach out to me once you have. I will send you some bonus training in using this this thing if you come through my link, because I have tracking through that. Rodney's a friend. He created this program. It's you get a 3-day test drive. He's got a monthly plan. He's got a light plan. But yeah, $1 test drive is all you need. And this is software for your personal wall.
Okay.
Now, what I'm teaching you here is what you want to do is build your friends,
Right.
build your leads, but then bring your leads into your page.
Right.
Because that's the proper way of doing things on Facebook.
Right.
You don't want to be selling your friends.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But we'd like to do business with our friends.
Right.
The right place to do that is say, hey, you know what? Like, think of it this way. You're in a bar.
Mhm.
You don't want to be pitching someone a bar. You don't want to be handing out your business card at a bar.
Right.
Right? You want to say, you know what? I think we could help each other. What do you say we sit down and talk? Maybe tomorrow, let's meet for coffee or something.
Right.
Right?
Right.
The meet for coffee is moving someone from your personal wall over to your page.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So when they go to your page, you've got videos, you've got information,
Right.
you've got engagement going on here. I'm going to go delete this post again. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
So it's
Can I
still
ask a
processing.
question?
Okay.
Okay.
So that's a nutshell about what you want to be doing.
So that's great. My question is, so Social Snap, are you going to have app on like both how do you call it, iPhone and Android?
No, we decided just to make it simple where you can just go to the socisnap.com in your browser.
Okay.
Because for us to add an app requires us to have, I mean, maybe someday in the future we will.
Okay.
But right now it just works on your phone just by going to the address.
Okay. And as I was saying, I signed up I think 3 days ago. That your link on Rebuild. Yeah, so I'm learning, but I think they have certified partners that they can build my website for me. I have website built, but it's not complete.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what is it about, right? About
yeah.
Okay.
So you see, like, you can do this SociSnap on your phone.
Right.
We just added this today. You click login.
Okay.
Okay. And you see you log in with Google, log in with Facebook, log in with Amazon, iPhone or a Mac.
Okay.
Or an email and password if you don't want to use any of these social platforms.
Right.
But with these social platforms, you can just do one click and boom, you're right in.
Okay.
So like, look, I go log in with Google.
It just takes you direct.
It takes me right into the dashboard. I don't have to remember a username. I don't have to remember a password. I don't have to remember any of that stuff. It's super, super simple.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I could do the same thing since I'm signed in with Facebook. I can click log in with Facebook.
Okay. Okay.
We have to switch to permissions. Here, my video upload is ready.
Okay.
I just remembered we just added something, so I have to add permissions.
Right.
Okay, so now look, you see my this is my post in under videos. So when you get a notification from, this is another thing Facebook looks at. Facebook is measuring, are you the person that's actually working your page?
Okay.
Okay, so when they send you a notification and you click on it, then they know that you're the person. If you delegate it to somebody else, like you hire an expert,
Right.
to manage your page for you,
Right.
they're going to work with that expert. They're not going to work with you.
Right. Okay. 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 Okay.
What you want to do is establish yourself as an expert first with Facebook,
Right.
and then get help later once you've already trained the algorithm that you really do know what you're doing, that you actually are the business owner.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
See, like Instagram has a new calendar tool. Click here to try it out. Facebook is constantly testing things. They're
Okay.
constantly trying new things. And if you're that 1% of 1% that actually does what Facebook asks, you're
Right.
going to be leagues ahead of all the other people that Facebook is trying to get their attention, but they're just not paying attention.
Okay.
It's the same thing with Google. I went to my CPA's office and I saw all these postcards from Google on their desk years ago. And I
Right.
said, well, what? He said, what are you doing? Oh, they're, these are postcards from Google. We don't know what to do with them. I said, well, respond to them.
Right.
They sent you a postcard for
Right.
Google My Business. They want you to go to the address in Google and confirm that your business is actually at that address.
Right.
Once you do that, then they know that you are in the 1% of the 1% of businesses that actually do respond. It's so simple, right?
Right.
If you're the person that shows up, that takes action, that responds, then people like me, people like Facebook, people like Google, people like YouTube
Right.
will respond to you.
Right.
One of my mentors in YouTube, he said, if you really want to learn how to do YouTube, spend time on YouTube. If you
Right.
want to grow your subscribers on your channel, spend time watching other people's channels that are in the same niche as you.
Okay.
Because what that will do is it'll teach the YouTube algorithm what your interests are,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So if you love Dungeons and Dragons, then hang out and watch other people's videos on Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
If you love rock music, watch other people's channels on rock music. Eventually, you're going to train the algorithm, and it's going to also show you what the experts are doing, and then you'll have a chance of getting that tiny little slice of the pie.
Right.
I believe that YouTube and Facebook allocate around 2%.
Okay.
Okay. 2% of their traffic goes to beginners.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow. Let me charge the phone, the
Right.
laptop.
So
Yes.
you want to take that tiny little slice of the pie that goes to beginners.
Right. I'm
Where
charging
does
my
Google
laptop.
and Facebook make its money? It's not from beginners. It's from people who spend millions of dollars a month that are advanced, right?
Right.
So, but they do, out of the kindness of their heart, give 1.85% of their traffic to beginners.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, makes sense?
Yes. And one thing I like about Search Trigger, the way it gives you like the help. I was watching your teachings about how if you want your keyword to trend, you use the Search Trigger and Google Trend.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one great thing that I love about it, the Search Trigger.
Yeah. So what he's talking about is search triggers.
Yeah, actually, Search Trigger, like I use it to title one of my ad on Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that was very
I type
powerful.
in
My
Facebook-
manager was telling me that.
I can actually go into Facebook lead generation and search triggers and just search inside of Facebook.
Wow.
And it will show me other pages in Facebook that are all talking about Facebook lead generation,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
And you can see there's 1,300 pages about Facebook lead generation.
Wow.
So I can go in here and look at this. And you'll find the first result It makes sense. It's
Oh.
one of Facebook's newest pages. Really nice looking page.
Wow.
And then I could go into business help. Okay, lead ads.
Right.
That's really good. And this is all business leads ads guide.
Wow.
Okay, so the top 10 results are all Facebook about lead
Okay.
generation. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see if there's any pages that are not okay, so that's also add examples. Okay, so that's also Facebook.
Hmm.
All right, so here's a personal page of a person, right? Facebook lead generation in real estate. This right here is a consulting agency. They just made a page just like I made today,
Wow.
but they show up as real estate lead generation just because of their title.
Why? Right. You
Right?
always say that. Yes.
And they have 55,000 likes. 26 of my friends also like this page,
Wow.
right? So real estate lead generation is a page. So if I click on shop now, 15 conversion starting real estate email swipes that will get you more transactions from your existing database,
Wow.
right?
Yes.
Lead barrel. So I'm going to put in my email and study their funnel. That's called funnel hacking.
Wow.
So you guys can do this too.
Okay.
And lead barrel, I don't know what lead barrel costs, but it looks a lot like Builderall. Very similar, right? Except it's slower.
Yeah. You know, I used the search trigger. It told me like it's pay as you go.
Yeah.
That's the,
Did you purchase the $99 special?
no, I didn't see that part. The only part that they was say sign up and pay as you go, and another thing was telling me on Session Snap to become a certified partner or something like that.
Yeah, right.
So that's what I'm looking forward to join the certified partner. Oh.
It's a one-time payment for the basic version for search triggers to move from the free version into the paid version.
Oh, okay. Then I'll get it tonight because I really need it.
Yeah. And if you wanted the certified partner program, it's at 10kcode.com.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my training was about.
Okay. Okay.
And that one is $999 or 3 payments.
Yes, that's what I'm planning to do, the 3 payment.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that is at 10kcode.com.
10kcode.com. Did it take me to GoDaddy?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, the time I was doing the webinar, you said it, and I'll go right on there. I'll check it out, and it took me to GoDaddy.
Okay, it should have redirected to this checkout page.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah, we don't have an SSL on there, but you have to do http://10kcode.com.
Oh, okay.
I'll put that in the chat.
Okay, thank you. I got some great information tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, and what that does is it gives you a higher level of search triggers. The way we position this is you buy the software,
Right.
and then we include the training that goes with the software at the level of the software you bought.
Okay.
So if you buy SociSnap, right, that's a beginner tool.
Okay.
We give all the beginner training included with that.
Right.
If you get search triggers, you get all of the appropriate search triggers training that goes with it.
Okay.
Other people just charge for training.
Right.
What we do is we charge for software, and then we give you training and
The
coaching.
training, okay. That's a good deal. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. I gotta run, but if you're a beginner, go to SocialSnap.
Okay.
If you're intermediate, go to Search Triggers.
I already have SocialSnap.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much for your
And
time.
let's
Really
connect on
appreciate-
Facebook and Skype is always the best way to reach me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on your Skype group also. Thank you very much for your time.
All right. I appreciate you. Thank you.
I appreciate you too.